Welcome to Bread Coffeehouse. This is the big white house you might have heard us talk about. If you look right over that way, that's campus. So we've got the business school and the law school, and as you can see, this is an incredible location for us to have bread. You might also hear sirens or construction. That's pretty normal around here, but come on inside. We painted this door yellow as an homage to the little yellow house where we were when I first started as an intern. We quickly outgrew that house, which was really exciting. When we had our Thursday night event, we had to open all the windows and people were sitting outside, and so we prayed and prayed for a bigger space that God would provide for us, and He very generously put this on our radar. There was a ministry that was operating out of this house at the time but was not utilizing it very well, and they were praying for another ministry to sell it to while we were praying for a new space. So God just worked in an incredible way, and in the summer of 2014 we purchased this home. Our then director, Angie Stryker, was able to raise $90K in 90 days to make the down payment, and so this has just opened up so many doors for us to continue loving and serving students at Emory. This is the Coffeehouse space. If you can look around, we've got mugs people can pick out. We are a place that we want to feel like home and a refuge on campus. A couple years ago, we built this beautiful espresso bar so that it would feel more like a coffee shop. And every afternoon from 2 to 5, we have student baristas that are able to make your specialty drinks. Matcha lattes have been really popular this year. But the rest of the time, we always have hot and iced coffee and delicious baked goods for people to enjoy while they're studying or not studying, whatever they may need more. I want to point your attention to what we call the writing on the wall. And I'll read it out for you in case you can't see it. It says, "We are people who have found peace, hope, and joy in Jesus. We are here to love and serve, not to judge or condemn. If you want to know more, please ask. When talk is cheap, our sermon is hospitality. Welcome to our home." That is at the very heart of everything we do. Hospitality, hospitality, hospitality. Especially serving in a place like Emory, we want these students to know that they are loved because they are, not because of what they do. And so anything and everything we can do to reaffirm that in their lives, we want to do. And this house is a huge part of making that happen. Come on in. I'm not going to show you upstairs, but right through this door is what we call our resident area. So we have a whole third floor upstairs where we have beds for 8, including our interns and our students that choose to live here. We have their own bathroom and kitchen for them to have intentional Christian community within this space. These students are incredible. They're such an important part of everything we do here. Up next, we lovingly call this the green room. We're not very creative with names, but the hammock has been a really popular spot for naps or studying or some deep conversations. We have lots of little nooks around the house, just like a coffee shop, so people can study or play games. This is our global scope wall. You may not know this, but communities like Bread exist all over the world, and Global Scope is one of our sister ministries that houses a lot of those. So we actually have Bread alum in several locations right now. We have one in Brisbane, Australia, we have one in Germany, and we have one in Mexico right now. We have also had in the past people in Spain, and we're really excited to continue that partnership. We've also received students and interns from these locations to work here, and it's just been really cool how our students are able to get a glimpse of the global kingdom, not just the Atlantic kingdom. Coming on through, we have our calendar of events. This year was weird, as you all know, as we're all living in, so we're still in March, but that's okay. In a home of hospitality, the kitchen is the heart. We are always baking, making coffee, cooking dinner for 75 students or more or less, or just making grilled cheese and soup on an afternoon when students are hanging out. This space has been so incredible for us to be able to do that. Moving into the back room, this is where all of our main events happen. So take a look around. We've got Lots of tables for where we do our meals on Thursday night at our event called DBS. The D stands for free dinner, the B stands for band, and the S stands for storytelling. So every Thursday night, this house is packed. We have some sort of home-cooked meal, fresh baked bread, some sort of live performance on the stage, and our staff rotates telling stories about our lives and about faith and what that has looked like lived out for us. DBS is often the first time students come into the house. It's a very come and see event. So we want students to, again, know that they are loved, feel at home through that experience. A couple years ago, we started a new event that we use in this space. And so for that, we clear out all the furniture and our staff get some good exercise in. And we put out little tables on the floor made from windows stacked on books on blankets. It sounds really weird, but check out our social media to see what it actually looks like. It creates this beautiful, intimate setting. We call our event Cafe, and it is geared for students that either already have a faith in Jesus or are seriously investigating what that could look like. And in that time, we have delicious desserts, espresso, fancy drinks. We have worship, we have teaching from scripture, and we have small group discussions. So that's been a really cool event that we've seen grow and grow over the last couple years as we've launched it. Throughout the rest of the week, this space is for studying, for playing games, for anything else that is needed. We also have a student band. We lovingly call them Brand for the bread band. We're really pun heavy around here. And so they're often practicing or performing in the space. We love supporting live music and arts. So whether that's someone playing at the piano or painting a picture that's on the wall, we want to be supportive of that. And last but not least, I'm going to show you our basement. This is the most multi-purpose space in the house. In this area, we do staff meetings, small groups. Kyle teaches Kyle's College of Biblical Knowledge and his theology classes. We do our leadership groups. It's always a busy place. We also have our staff offices. And probably the thing that we are most proud of down here is our Eagle Food Co-op. We started that several years ago when we were presented with the statistics of students struggling with food insecurity on Emory's campus, and it has grown and grown in partnership with people on and off campus. This past year we served around 100 students. We filled 121 orders to date, and we're guessing, especially with everything that's going on right now, that those numbers will continue to grow over the summer. We're thrilled to have just received a grant to be able to help us continue to grow that, to get space for some more proteins and frozen products. So we're really excited about how God is going to allow us to continue to put love in action through that. I miss this in the kitchen, but speaking of love in action, Bread cares a lot about not just talking about the love of Jesus, but modeling it for our students. So in the kitchen, we walked past it, but there's these picture frames that show our various ways to be able to do that, whether that is tutoring, working at a music and arts school, serving at a place just across the street that snacks in a backpack where we can pack food for elementary students that may not have food when they go home over the weekends. So that's another really important part of when people come into this house, they can see instantly the ways that they can get plugged into putting love in action alongside with our staff. This is the quick overview, the quick tour, but please come by and see it for yourself and ask any of us any questions along the way. This place exists because of all of you, and we are so, so grateful to be able to do what we do every day in this space because of you. Thanks, guys.